I'm about to demonstrate my technique for building herringbone wooden floors in Valheim, like the one we see here. This method only uses snap-to placement, so floor tiles are consistently spaced and at a uniform height. No freeform drag, that is holding down shift and manually adjusting the positions, is necessary. So first off, we want to zoom into the maximum level so that we can have more sensitivity and be able to see what's lining up properly. So just make sure that you don't have any tools or weapons selected and use the mouse wheel to zoom right in like that. And then I'm going to put down a 2x2 floor tile. This is just used as a snap target to get the correct height for the beams, because what we want is these beams to be slightly below the level of the edge. So you can see there that they've snapped to that 2x2 grid and they're a bit lower than what you would see for something that's placed straight on the ground. So I'll just, you can see there they clip into the pole, and that helps us get the edge a bit straighter. And the only thing to be a bit careful of is that if you just do it free form or you set the height too high, you might find that when somebody goes to walk over it, they'll get to the edge and they'll have to jump or run to get out of the floor area. So you're better off to stick to a fairly small bump, and the floor is good for getting that right. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting that pole there to mark where we want to have the edge of the floor area. So this is going to be the top corner, and you can see we can snap to that pole just to put the edges in, and they'll clip through. So we'll delete them at the moment while we're working. What you want to do is take the 1 meter pole, clip that to the end of the column. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that pole now going down, and it wants to, each repeat wants to look like that, so it's directly below and at the same angle. And to do that, what we do is we use the door object, we snap that to the pole, and then we want to duplicate going down. So they have two positions where they'll join up. There's that where they're partly overlapping, and that where there's a slight gap. We want the slight gap for each one. Just copy down, and you just repeat this for the number of times that you need, because each one of those is going to represent a row in this column of floor. Then you can take your 1 meter pole again, make sure it's at the same angle as the other one, and you'll notice that on the edge of the doors there's 3 spots they can clip to. We want the front place there that's closest to the one in front. Attach each one going down the line. And that's it for the doors. We can get rid of them now. They were just a helper to get those positions right. And then we come in, and what we're going to do here is just attach some floors. I'm going to put the 1 meter beams in for the first one, because I'm not sure when it comes to the edge whether we're going to be clipping them or not. You can adjust that later anyway. So what I do is just point at the ground and move up, and you'll see as you hit the pole it should jump to the position. That sort of like ensures that you are snapped to the pole properly. You can just jump down, and again on the last few just put 1 meter sections in, so we've got the ability to remove any that we don't want. And that's it, that's the first column completed. Now they should all be evenly spaced and the same height. Now what we want is for the second column is going to be at 90 degrees to this, and we want that to attach in there. Now the thing is, if you see where it snaps to by default, it's half a beam too far away and half a beam too far inside, so we need to move that beam. So what we do is, using the 1 meter pole, snap to the end again, and we put a door here like this, attach that to the pole, and then what we're doing is we're snapping another pole at the same angle, and it's in this position in the center, so that you can see there that that is now moved down a little bit and in a little bit, and that should exactly line up with the previous row. So once we snap to this pole, you can see that's the beam that we wanted. So I'll just delete these others that we set up initially, and you can see there that that beam is now at the right height and it's joining up. Then it's just simply a matter of repeating what we did before to duplicate down the column. So again, doors, once you get a bit of practice at these, they're not too hard to copy down. To when the pole's up, remember it's the front of each one. And wait for it to change blue, and then make sure that you've got the one that's at the front. Delete these doors. We're just snapping to the poles again. Again, here we're going to need some little short ones. Now I'm just going to snap the beams for the edges. We may want to just go across this way. So any that are not necessary, as I've made that a combination of two 1 meter poles, we can delete those. Stick right out there and there. Now here, what's happened is that we put two individuals in, but we don't need them. What we wanted was one big pole. So what you can do there is just might need to get rid of this out of the way, but you just join up with the existing 1 meter pole. You can delete those two and replace them with a 2 meter pole. Just like that. You can see there that they're all consistently spaced and at the same level, and so then it's just a matter of repeating the same process across for as many columns as you need. I hope this video helped you guys out.